Hi guys, my name is Nancy the Creator and this is my experience house hunting in Enugu.
Welcome to Enugu, a city known for its rich culture, beautiful landscape, and amazing people. A city fondly called the civil servant state. But today, I am pressed to ask, can a civil servant still rent house in the state due to the high cost of house rent?
Call me cutie light. That guy told no way. So guys, following the outcry of house hunters right here in Enugu on the cost of living, the cost of agent fee, the cost of legal fee right here in 042, we are here to share with you, in fact, get the process people face. In fact, what are the problems, predicaments, and whatever you can actually call it, people face to get houses right here in Enugu. We have a lawyer to analyze some certain things for us, and also we have agents to also analyze something for us. So what you need to do is stick around, because this is Voices Unheard.
Okay, I think I have to begin by giving you guys a little bit of background. The first time still living alone, I moved out of my family house and I was staying with my best friend Ochoma. We found this cute house. The location wasn't fantastic. It was around, let me just tell you, since I don't live there anymore. It was around Coal Camp, and I had no hand in the house hunting, so that was like an easier part of the process for me, because I just joined her where she was living. And you know, it was an interesting 2 years, but after a while, because we had issues with water, we had issues with lights, we had to pack up and move. Now, the main problems came up when we had to find a new house. When I tell you that probably like 50% of my contact list now is full of agents' numbers, it's actually wild, because one person might give you houses of a reasonable price but terrible location. Another person might give you houses at good location, horrible pricing. And by horrible pricing, I mean something that would probably take you, let's say, 5 to 6 of your salaries. The house we were looking for was a 2-bedroom with a spacious living room, a spacious kitchen, solid location, so not GRA, obviously nobody can afford that one, but probably like New Haven, which is still kind of expensive. We didn't mind Achara layout because it wasn't so far away from Ologo, that's Coal Camp where we were staying. So good location, and then water and lights, like the basics. The range of houses in New Haven was mostly 800,000, non-including agent's fee and lawyer's fee. And then there were some of 1.5, non-including agent's fee and lawyer fee too. And these were mostly 2-bedroom flats. I think the most interesting offer we got was one at Achara Layout. It wasn't super, like, the location was solid. It was a 2-bedroom. They pumped water for them, so that was very attractive because we spent a crazy amount of money with tanker guys and all of that. And that one was 400,000 for rent, and I think lawyer fee was 150, agent's fee was 150. So the total was 700 for everything. So I think that was such an interesting offer for us, especially because it was a new house. But the issue was, by the time we finished saving up the money, they'd already paid for the house, which I feel like is a challenge that we faced over and over again. And by we, I mean me and my flatmates. I think the process itself, so you would have to pay the agent every single time he shows you a house. So let me say, today you want to go and see 4 houses. You pay him, let me say, 3,000, 4,000 to move around with you to show you the houses. So if you have to do this every day for 3 weeks, just imagine the total amount of money that you're going to spend just to see, not even just to see the house with your 2 eyes. I find that ridiculous, obviously. But anyways, they say you're paying for their time, you're paying for their transport, so whatever. That's number one crazy aspect of house hunting. Number 2 is the type of houses that are available in this Enugu, Chineke, I don't even know, like, I've been scarred. I've seen toilets that are the size of stores, like store where you put your yam, you put the toilets, that size. And the price will still be like the average price, like let me say 500K rent. Toilet will be tiny, kitchen will be tiny, the rooms will be very small as well, and maybe the corridors you have to squeeze yourself in order to pass. So it's not like the options available are so juicy. The ones that you see and you're like, I want to live here, prices are outrageous. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm currently happily living in my family house. So you can understand that the process didn't go too well, even though some technicalities came in, which included my law school and everything. But I advise you to stay in your house. Like honestly, if you can avoid it, avoid it. But if by all means you really have to find a house, be emotionally, spiritually, and physically prepared for it, because it's going to break your soul. Like, you need to be in church every Sunday praying to God that you find the apartment of your dreams, because it's not going to be easy. When I speak to my friends that are still house hunting till now, the pain in their voices, in the conversations that we have, they tell you, it's been 4 months, I've not found anywhere to live in, I don't know what to do. It's just crazy. So my advice, if you can't stay in your family house, stay with a friend. But if you cannot, be ready, because it's madness. It's really madness. And in this current economy, it's even worse. So if, let me say, you could comfortably find a 2-bedroom for 300K as of a bunch of years ago, right now you cannot dream of that. A 300K can get you maybe a 1-bedroom if you're lucky, a self-con if you are lucky. So yeah, it wasn't a pleasant experience. I am happy in my family house with my daddy, you know, enjoying free food. But obviously, at some point towards the end of the year, I'll have to start house hunting again in another state, so just wish me luck.
We wish you the best of luck, Nancy. Let's take a look at the story from Stella.
My name is Okechukwu Stella Ujunwa. My experiences in Enugu is amazing, but in the part of house hunting, it's not funny at all. This is 6 months plus, this is 7 months literally. I've been looking for a house, and to no avail. You will meet an agent. I don't even know which of them is an issue. Is it the agent or the lawyer or the landlord? Because you're paying for a particular house and they're saying 600,000 for 2-bedroom or 700,000. Fair enough. And then agent is telling you, my own share is 100,000. And then you're pleading with this agent to cut it to 50. And he or she is like, and then the annoying part is that, hold on, you will sit in your house and then I will call you with my own credit. I'm not angry, I'm calm. I will call you with my credit and then you will come out. Just for you to show me a house and I'll have to pay you 100,000. For doing what exactly? For showing me a structure that you didn't even build? I don't get this whole part. Or is it the part of the lawyer that they will say if it's not 100, it's 70? Lawyers are even nice a bit. But you see those agents, they are not nice at all. And something has to be done about this because it's frustrating. The prices of houses in Enugu, just the price alone, the cost of the house is frightening. You can actually slip into having a seizure when you just hear the price of paying for 1-bedroom or a self-con or 2-bedroom. Then you now want to kill yourself. You now say it's 3-bedroom that you are looking for. Make sure you have like 2 million in your pocket, because I don't know. It's not funny. I don't know who takes that money. Actually, I want to sit and hear when they get to interview either an agent or a lawyer or the landlord. Because you will tell me house 700, agent 100,000, 800, lawyer 100, 900, management 50. Caution, they will not tell you when you are ready to pack out, it's refundable. They are not saying shame buying. When, if you want, decide to pack out the next week, they're not giving you back that money. And then at the end of the whole stuff, the cost is around 1.2, 1.3, just for 2-bedroom. And then the house self is annoying sometimes. I've gone to visit one with my husband, because we are still hunting though. And then the room is like a kiosk. The other room is like a kiosk. And the parlor, just to place your chair, you won't even see space to move around. Then talk more of the kitchen. It's so annoying, very annoying. I even saw one the other day when I went for house hunting. Actually, I went alone. The kitchen is just right in front of the parlor. So when I have a visitor, the structure is just so annoying. And then the visitor is in the parlor, and then the person is seeing me cook. What's that? And the landlord is like, do you even know how much I bought the WC? Why are you telling me the cost of it? I came to rent your house. Tell me what it will cost, and then if I'm okay with it, I will pay. Because I don't know, this whole thing is greediness. You built a house, fine. I know you say if you're angry, go and build your own, no problem. But they have to do something about this agent, lawyer, management, 4 things just to get a house. And then an agent will come with an agent, with another agent. And the next agent will now say, I'm not with the key, oh, let's go and get the key. So at the end of the day, you are paying each of those agents 2K, 4 persons, just for coming and then going. 8 plus 8 is what? 16,000, just to show you a house for 1 day. Something has to be done about it. The whole thing is so annoying. Plenty things. In fact, where will I even start from? They will have to tell you to pay for their transportation. Fair enough. They tell you you're wasting their time. Sometimes they will ask you for food money. Then the lawyer, the agent will now say, Madam, if you are not ready, there is someone else ready. The houses are just... There is one that I saw, so unkept. So I will pay a whooping 600,000 naira to you, a landlord. And then when I'm done with paying you that 600,000, this is just for the landlord. I've not paid the agent, the management, the blah, blah, blah. I've not paid for all. And then I've paid you this. You can't even keep your house properly. I will still have to be the one to be painted. Sometimes there is no water. Okay, light, let's say Enugu, they used to have light, but the part of water, and then you have to start drawing well. The water is not even connected. Sometimes you don't even get to see well, even in the house that you want to pay for. That one is a big scam. And you come in, we'll do the finishing touches, it's just mending this. They don't do nothing. They don't do anything at all. You still be the one to end up doing the whole thing all by yourself. If you want, go and call a lawyer. They already have a lawyer now, so it will not be as if you've not seen money to eat finish, is to go and start calling lawyer. Or is it police you now want to call? The part that I'm paying for a house and then you're giving me rules and regulations. I've seen one that said you can't wash outside. Hey, me, I cannot wash outside again. Where will I now wash? So if I don't have the grace to stay inside that kiosk that is like bathroom to wash, I cannot come outside and receive fresh air to wash. And then they will tell you can't wash outside. My compound, I don't like water to be, it causes, I don't even know what. The lady was just saying 1,001 thing at the same time. You can go to church, but make sure that each of the time you go out, you are back to this house by 9 p.m. And so if I go for a program, and then the program ends, like one that we held in my church recently, and then the program ends by 9. And then I'll start coming back. You will lock me outside in the same house I paid for. What's that? It's crazy. I don't know. It's like they will have to form an organization or something. I don't know. Am I speaking to the government or am I speaking to the landlords? I don't know. Whichever person that wants to hear should hear. They should bring a solution to this whole problem. It's annoying. If it's to set up what they call it again, an organization. If you want to be an agent, come and register. Even God self used to collect 1/10 of our salary. Who are you to collect 100,000 from me? I'm giving God, the whole God. 1/10 of 100,000 is 10,000. And you that just sat in your house drinking Gary will now come out and collect 100,000. Let me not ask this question, but let me just ask, do we even have conscience at all? Because if your conscience is fully alive, you will have do you go to church at all, in fact? You have a church mind. Reduce your price. Haba, if I say 50, collect 50. Don't come and be telling me, no. One woman, in fact, bluntly refused and say, please, I'm wasting her time, and ended the call on me, on the 100,000 that I will give you. please set up an organization, because even Tom and Jerry now wants to be an agent, because it's like a lucrative business that everyone wants to venture into. Agent, old men, old women, teenagers, even children now. I don't know, because I'm suspecting this Enugu, something needs to be done. May the Lord help us.
Wow, this is getting more interesting. Okay, let's get to find out what the barrister has to say.
My name is Barrister Chidozie Abraham Abia. I'm a legal practitioner based in Enugu. I work with the office of Wonsu, Akbambo and Co. We manage properties for landlord and other things. We're into land and every other anything real estate. We're into it. The issue of hike in price, in rent price, is not really strange to everybody because we are all experiencing it. You understand? But I will say first of all that the primary person that determines the rent, I think, is the landlord. You understand? And what I will say is the issue of the hike. It has to do with the economy. You understand? Because most landlords, this property might be their only source of income. And with the way things are changing in the economy, they may want to add to increase their rent. You understand? Because lawyers don't partake in the rent of the landlord. It goes straight to the landlord's account. You understand? The only thing a lawyer is entitled to is his legal fee. That is the agreement fee, tenancy agreement fee. That is what he is entitled to. Anything that has to do with rent generally goes to the landlord. And lawyer fee has to do with, is for the agreement he prepares for the tenant and the landlord. It's an agreement, so you pay him for that agreement. That is the lawyer fee. That is after paying it, the next thing is to sign a tenancy agreement. So that one goes to the lawyer. And that is all he partakes from that transaction. The management fee most times has to do with money you pay in case, they can also call it maintenance fee and the rest, in case you are leaving the premises and they notice damages to the property. Maybe the system, the toilet system, water system, whatever, they'll use that your money to repair it. That money goes to the landlord and the management of the property, because they always want the property to be in standard form, the way you met it. Most people enter premises and by the time they're leaving, the premises looks very hell. Nobody can even enter there again. So that your maintenance fee or your caution fee has to do with money they reserve. When you are parking out, they check the premises. This light was working well, now it's no longer working. This tap was running well, now they'll use that your money to start maintaining those things you damage while in that premises. Ordinarily, they ought to refund you back that money. But what we see in reality is that most times they don't refund it. Ordinarily, they should refund you back because the property is still the way you met it. Maybe when you are parking out, because that is why you need to be explicit on this at the initial stage. This money I'm paying is for maintenance fee. What if I don't spoil anything? Most times, it's better you also insist that it will become part of the agreement, because you can only enforce what is in an agreement. And how can you prove that something is an agreement? You have to present evidence, which is your tenancy agreement. If it is there must be a clause. I'm paying this maintenance fee on the basis that if I'm leaving this premises, any damage to the property should be repaired with this maintenance fee. But in the situation that I do not damage anything, the maintenance fee should return back to me. It must be in the agreement. So if it is an agreement, you have at least a better chance of recovering it, even in court. They usually go together. Maintenance fee, caution fee, and there's other one again.
Because I've had cases of somebody, service charge.
Service charge. All those things to me are charges added by the landlord. Most times, even with the agent.
Okay.
What a tenant is expected to pay while entering an apartment is your rent and your lawyer fee and your agent fee. The agent fee is based on your agreement with your agent. You understand? Why the lawyer has a standard fee you pay for his agreement. It's true that the landlord engages the lawyer You understand? And he ought to pay the lawyer. Do you understand? But you are now a party to an agreement. You are not a party to an agreement. So it's a two-way traffic. You can decide that you don't want an agreement. Of which it might.
Tenants can do that.
Of course, you can decide not to sign an agreement with your landlord, of which he can tell you not to stay in his house. You get my point? He can tell you don't stay in my house if you can't sign my agreement. And the agreement is not just in favor of the landlord, it's also for your benefit as a tenant. So because it contains the terms and conditions for in which you are to stay in that premises. The right of you as a tenant and the right of the landlord. What are your benefits of being a tenant to this landlord? They are all there. You understand? So if you say you don't want an agreement, the landlord can come out tomorrow and say, this is what we agree, orally. He can sleep awake up and say that when you were parking in, I told you that the rent is 300,000 instead of 200,000. But the rent, everything would have been contained in your agreement. This is the amount you are paying, written. So the agreement is not just for the benefit of the landlord, it's also for your benefits. So if it's for your benefit, why won't you do the good of doing what? Paying for it. Instead of waiting for the landlord. Because the landlord is in a better position. Do you understand? You are in a position of, you are at his mercy. He can decide to say that this is what you guys agree from the initial stage, orally. There's no evidence to present. Okay, first of all, I'll tell you that you don't even need to do anything for a landlord to give you quick notice. Do you understand? The property is his property. He can sleep and wake up and say, one of my cousins is coming from America tomorrow. I want him to stay in your apartment. It's his property. He has the ownership, you have the possession. In law, there's something called ownership and possession. For you to be the rightful owner of a property, you must show that you have ownership rights and possessory rights. So he retained the ownership right and he has given you possession on the property. Doesn't make you the owner. So he can wake up tomorrow and say, I want to make use of this property. But the law is that there must be procedure for him to evict you. That is where the law now comes in to protect you. Yes, the property is your property. Yes, you put in a tenant. Now you want to make it your property. You can't just wake up and throw him out. The law now step in. That's why I said that you don't need to do anything for a landlord to give you quick notice. Do you get the point now? Because it's his property. Now, in respect to the duration of your quick notice, the law is clear on that. That where there's an agreement, when your agreement, tenancy agreement stipulates the duration of time for your quick notice, your tenancy agreement can say your quick notice can be 3 months notice, can be 2 month notice, can be 1 month notice. But where your agreement did not specify the duration of your notice, the provision of the law will apply, which is if you are yearly tenant, is 6 month notice. If you are 3 months tenant, you are entitled to. If you are a yearly tenant, 6 month notice. If you are a 6 month tenant, 3 month notice. If you are a monthly tenant, 1 month notice. This is provision of the law. That is in situation where there is no tenancy agreement, or in situation where there is tenancy agreement but the duration is not there. The provision of the law will apply. So the landlord will not now say that we do not agree on the duration of notice. So take 1 month notice or take 1 week notice and get out.
So you can comfortably take the person to court?
Of course. Mostly he will be the one to take it to court because he needs possession. But you have a defense in law that the procedure he's adopting is not the law. This is our agreement. I'm entitled to 6 month notice. He gave me 1 month. Or there's no provision under our agreement, but look at the law. I'm a yearly tenant, he's giving me 3 month notice instead of 6 month notice. The court will strike out the case in your favor.
Okay.
My advice to them is, one, don't be too desperate. Don't be too desperate. What used to affect Enugu people is they are so desperate. If I build a house now and put it for 10 million, someone will pack in. And the worst thing is that after 1 year, you cannot renew that rent. You will pack out again. If Enugu people can have like one mind, there's a level of price you put your house rent, it will not enter. Your house will be vacant like that, open, nobody will be there. It will cause most landlords to bring down their price. But do you know why they are not scared of skyrocketing their price? Any amount they put, tomorrow, someone is packing in. It makes them feel that people are comfortable with the price. Enugu people, they are very desperate about house hunting. Once they see any house, any price you tell them, they're ready to move in. Sometimes they don't even go through the agreement that they sign. They just sign and just want to move in. Take your time. If the price is too much, nobody is compelling you to pack in. The other affordable house you can always go for. And if the landlord finds out that nobody is patronizing his apartment, he will be forced to put down the price. That also affects this skyrocketing of prices, monopoly. Private landlords enjoy monopoly. You understand? If government can invest in housing and subsidize the price for the average citizen or indigenous of this state, you understand what I'm trying to say? It will help. Imagine government apartment is paying 300,000 for 3-bedroom flat. Nobody want to patronize private landlords. And these are the job of the Enugu State Housing Development. Federal housing, they engage in housing, real estates, so that they can pull down price for average people to afford. But we no longer see their handwork so far. Now the private landlords are enjoying monopoly. You can build 3-bedroom flats, put it at 1.5 million. Nobody challenge you. You enjoy monopoly because there's competition. You understand? Imagine that there's no government schools or government institutions. What will happen to our private? It means that nobody will even go to school. So let government step in. They should create affordable premises for individuals. Affordable. Subsidize it. Nobody will patronize these private landlords anymore.
At this particular point, right, I'm totally confused.
It will amaze you to hear what the agent has to say.
My name is Eko Kingsley. I'm a real estate agent in Enugu here. So we do assist our client to secure apartments. Basically, or rather we serve as a middleman between the house owners or the house managers and the clients. The truth of the matter is that I would say it's not the agent's fault or them causing the high cost of houses in Enugu. Because the reason is that an agent cannot fix a price for a particular house for any landlord or any house manager. So assuming a lawyer is handling a house for the landlord, some of them, the lawyers do fix price for the landlord, and the landlord will maybe see it as a fine, whether it's high or is a bit more than what you normally collect previously before you handed it over the property to the lawyer. All they need is maybe to get more money. So I will actually say that this problem lies on the landlord in one part and on the lawyer in another part, because the landlord is the one that fixed the price of his property to be rented. So what we basically do, estate agent, what we do is to get a client if we show you the place and you like it, then we'll take you to the office or to the landlord for payment. So most times when you ask the landlord, can anything be reduced from this price? He will say that is the price. Or even when the client will ask the landlord, can you remove something from the rent? It seems high, though I like the place. He will tell you that is what it is. So you see that the agent guys have basically no any hands in making the price of the house high in Enugu. Basically, in real estate, percentage should be 10% of everything you are charging your clients. That is what it should be. I think that is the global practice. But what happens is that here in the southeast, especially in Enugu here, they don't go by that. So they just tag the fee, any fee they wish to. The lawyers can just tell you that his lawyer fee is 150,000 for a room and parlor. That is maybe 400 or 300. So some will tell you 100,000. So instead of going by that percentage, they will not do that because they see that maybe the percentage will not give them enough money. So there's supposed to be a percentage to go with, but normally it's not applied here. So when a house is rented, the agent people can just tell you that the lawyer will tell you 150, the agent can maybe tell you it's 100. But as a client, you are at liberty to bargain. With the lawyer may not listen to you, but that is this thing. But the agent people they are flexible. You can tell them that I'm going to pay 80. They will say because we don't have any fixed price. We don't have any fixed price because as it being there is a policy in place that everybody should charge the percentage you should. That is when you know that, okay, this is 10% of what I'm going to pay. Then in some other states it's done, but here it's unfortunate that, so they just fix price at random and they collect that. If you like, you pay. If you don't like, you. But to the agents, you can bargain with them, and some of them they will tell you, okay, we're fine. It's just the money that will, take transport, do recharge card and all that. Before, most agents guys don't ask a client to pay inspection fee. But they started that when they noticed that some clients, when you fix an appointment with them for inspection, they will tell you maybe assuming 10 o'clock in the morning. You come out by 10 o'clock, the particular point, waiting for them. Some of them at the end you will not see them. They will call you and tell you, it happened that I have an emergency and I have to go to this, or let's make it by then you have taken a transport to a particular point waiting for him. The calls you have made to all that to make arrangements for the inspection. Some of us do go to the office of the property managers to get key or to arrange with them for how to see the place. At the end, all these things we do. So due to that, some agent people started introducing, though not all, charges inspection fee, but most they do because of the challenges of all these disappointment from the clients and all that. Some will take you the whole day. You will show them like 3 houses. They will tell you that I don't like them. So after all those with the calls you make, so they now see it as a means of at least having something to recharge your card and take maybe transport. So it's not equivalent to maybe when you pay a house. When you pay a house, you now maybe know that you are paid. Assuming you see a client today that just approach you and you take him to a particular house and he likes it and pay. At that point, you don't collect inspection fee. You say, fine, since he has paid, pay your normal commission, your agency, this thing, and then you're okay with that. Okay. Normally, there's many agents here and there. Some people come with the idea to maybe get more than others and all that. This is where we have challenges most times. Some people will tell you that I'm holding the property direct, so for that reason I'm supposed to take more than others. But some people will bring the idea of maybe greediness into the something. But at least it's a challenge most times. So, but what will you do? You keep on. The only thing is that we pray that you always have a business with people who are reasonable enough. To be an agent in Enugu, of a truth, there is no any association that is coordinating agent guys here in Enugu. There is no any body or whatsoever. Normally, what happens in Enugu here is that anybody can just wake up and then some people will begin to come close to people who are into the system already to understand the system, how it is being done. Some will just start on their own, maybe from their area, assuming maybe you are staying somewhere at Obiago, maybe some of those self-con around there. So the guy can just, maybe one house comes out there, he will just begin to tell people that there's a house and all. From there, begin to tell students and all that. From there, he will start agent. That is how many guys in Enugu started agency. So there's no any particular training you go to, and there's no any particular body you have to come and register, and then they will groom you or whatever. No. So that's why I say it's like a side hustle to many of us. Okay, my advice is those looking for house in Enugu, you should tread with caution. Actually, the rate of houses in Enugu is high. People complain a lot, especially those who are coming into Enugu for the first time. They tell you that, but what will we do? Since it's not in our power, with the agents, guys, to reduce the house rent, even though at times we throw advice to the landlord or the lawyer or the property manager, we tell you that is the price. I would advise people looking for a house to always go for what you can afford. Go for what you can afford. Enugu is known with how do I put it now? Flashy things. Once you show somebody, you say, wow, this house is not bothered about the price and the subsequent payment, because normally initial payment is not a problem to many people, but subsequent renewal is where the challenge is. Some guys will stay in a house 1 year, the next year they are not able to pay, they will pack out.
Or should I even say that the high cost of rent right here in Enugu is actually from the landlord, the lawyers, or from the agents, or even from the nacho. At this particular juncture, I am totally confused. So let you be the judge. You know how you're going to be the judge? On the comment section, tell me exactly what do you think about this particular topic we treated today, or we are treating today. Yeah, in fact, I just want to remind you okay, for again in village, because the cost of living right here is actually about to kill the living. Stick around on this particular channel. Make sure you're sharing, make sure you're commenting. You know how it be now. It is Voices on Head. We are going to be enjoying amazing content right here. Don't go nowhere.
I'll see you again next week. Please subscribe, share, and also comment. Thank you so much.